took her.
Okay. I want to say it's now recording, but it usually tells us it's recording. So
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
okay,
It is.
I
It's
saw
showing
on the-
right in the top.
Uh-huh.
it's showing you guys because it's not showing me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's showing.
Okay, I don't see it. It usually tells you like this meeting is being recorded. All right. So everybody, today we're going to be talking about simple present and present, well, simple present for this one. And in the next segment, we are going to be talking about present continuous. Okay. So this particular sources, it comes from englishpage.com. I'll upload the document to this one. If you're just watching the video, and then I'll copy and paste the information on there with the resources as well. Right. So simple present is basically, it shows repetition. We use it obviously in the present. Okay, so what's happening, what is right now? So the present is now, correct? So simple present, what it is that it shows repetition. It shows habit, or it shows generalization. And we are going to talk about those in a minute, okay? So let me go down and, okay. So what is repetition? Repetition is something that repeats. It's something that we do over and over and over again. For example, I go to the gym every day. Okay, this is something that that repeats every day. I travel for work every month. Okay, so that's something that repeats every month. I eat breakfast with my family every Tuesday. That is something that repeats every Tuesday. Okay, so that's repetition. A habit is something that you do all the time. Okay, something that is normal for you and that also maybe repeats. I go to the gym. That's a habit of mine. Okay. I eat at 7. That's a habit. Okay. The generalization portion of the simple present is something that is in general true, or a general statement. For example, the sky is blue. This water bottle is gray. Right? So this is general truth. You can tell me that the sky is pink, even though that's not true, or it may be if the sun is setting, but that is still a general statement. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So the simple present can be used to talk about scheduled actions in the near future, and in some cases, actions that are happening right now. All right, so let's continue on. The simple present is just the base form of the verb. So for example, the verb to read, the base form would be read. Okay, I read. That is in simple present. So it's generally we have to read, to do, to play, to sing. These are the base forms of the verb. So it's that without the to. So for example, we can say read, write, play, think, dream. These are all in the base form. So if I'm to form a sentence with read, I would say, I read lots of books. Okay, that's a general statement. I write in my diary every day. Sorry, I have the microphone in my way, so I can't really type. Okay, I write in my diary every day. That is repetition. I play, or oh, sorry, let's use something else besides I. He plays soccer with the national team. Anyone wants to give me a sentence or think? Any ideas?
I think all the day in my work.
Oh, hold on a second. My screen disconnected. Okay. I think a lot when I'm at work. All right. What about dream? Can we do something with she or we?
I dream every night
Okay.
when I sleep.
I dream every, oh my God. There you go. Every night. All right. So you can see,
like I dream for have a happy. No.
What is it?
I dream for happy.
You're breaking up, so I can't hear you.
Oh.
One more time.
Oh. I dream for have a house is value is one sentence or is
you can say that. Like I dream of owning a house that is big. Okay, I dream of owning a house that is big, or I dream of owning a big house.
Okay.
Again, I have the microphone right in front of me, so it's really hard to type. All right. So you guys can see any questions on that? Okay. So you guys can see some of these are repetitions.
Me.
These are general statements and so forth. All right. Okay. So if you don't mind, if you're not talking, please mute your microphone. Okay. So here's an example. You speak English. That's a statement. Okay. Do you speak English? That would be a question. And you do not speak English. This would be the negative form of it. Okay. So here we have the rule that says the simple present is just the base form of the verb, and the questions are made with do, and the negatives are made with do not. So if we were to take this sentence, and this is a sentence, so if we want to form a question with it, we would say, do you read lots of books? And the negative would be, I do not read lots of books. Okay.
You forgot the case and the first one and the question.
Oh, booze. Thank you. Okay. So I write in my diary every day. The question would be,
do you write?
Do you
write in your diary?
Every day.
Diary every day.
Every day.
And the negative would be?
No, I do not write.
I
do not write in my diary every day. Okay. So whenever we want to use the verb in simple present, we take the base verb, right? Read, it's still the same. And when we want to ask a question, we put do in front. And when we want to form a negative, we put do not before the verb. Okay. So another way of writing this sentence, or another way of writing he plays soccer with the national team in negative. So if we say he
does
not play soccer with the national team. Another way to say it would be he doesn't
With contraction, yeah.
Exactly. With the national team.
One question.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I have a question. Is it possible to get a question negative?
You can, I'm assuming. Yeah, you can say like, do you not read lots of books every day? Lots of books. It's more like we generally don't do that, but unless it's kind of like you're surprised. Do you not read lots of books every day? Like, no, I don't. I thought you did. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Okay.
yeah.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Would he, I will say, does he?
Yes.
So the
So,
question, does
so the
he?
question for this one would be, does he play
Yes.
soccer with the national team?
Okay.
Okay. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. So in third person singular, right, which is he or she, correct? Or it. So these are third person singular. In English, there he, there's she, and
It.
it, correct? All right.
Yes.
All right.
So in third person singular, when we're talking about simple present, we either add s or es to the end of the verb.
Mhm.
Questions are made with does, right? We just mentioned that earlier. And negatives are made with does not or doesn't. Cool? So if we have, again, our verbs are read, let's make up new verbs, okay? So what else are we going to say? Dance, travel, eat,
Cook.
cook. Okay. So I can say I dance every
Night.
day. Okay. I dance every day. Or I can, if she would be dances,
Dance.
add the S, right?
She dances.
Okay. Every day. He dances, right?
Yes.
We travel. So this is only in person singular. So we stays the same, right? We travel to Spain once a year. Okay.
Yeah.
She travels to Spain.
Mhm.
He travels with the S at the end. Okay.
Yes.
The dog eats. The dog eats its food. All right. Or the dog, let's make it simple. The dog eats the food in the morning. The dog eats the food in the morning, or we can say it eats the food in the morning. Here, the dog represents it, right? Because it's third person singular. Okay. Just like I can say, Ramsey eats dinner at 7 in the evening. Okay. Or I can say he eats dinner at 7 in the evening. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Someone's trying to get into the class, I guess. Ugh, 1 second. Let me see if I can. Okay, come on. Mhm. Okay. So, and then we have cook. He cooks dinner for his family. Okay. Or I can say John cooks dinner for his family. All right. So
Right.
now let's go back and ask these questions. She dances every day. Okay. What would be the question?
Does she dance every
Does
day?
exactly. Does she
Does
dance
she?
every day?
Mhm.
She thinks
And then the
every day.
negative,
She doesn't or she does not.
No, she doesn't.
doesn't. I can say she doesn't, or I can say she does not.
She doesn't.
Dance.
It's the same doesn't and does not.
Yes.
Okay.
Either or.
Okay. Should be. Okay.
Is not correct as where no,
As what?
she doesn't.
Both are correct. She doesn't and she does not are both correct.
Okay.
Because does not and doesn't mean the same thing. It's just they're mushed together. Okay?
Mhm.
They're combined together. So do not is the same
Yeah.
as
Sorry, teacher, that's
No.
a contraction, right?
yes.
Yes.
And does not is the same as doesn't. Okay?
Mhm.
So we travel to Spain once a year. She travels, finish that sentence, to Spain once a year.
Once a year.
Okay, to visit her family. Okay, we can say negative would be, or let's do the question first.
Does she travel to Spain once a year?
Does she travel to
Does
Spain?
travel to Spain once a year to visit her family.
Her family. Okay. Negative would be.
No, she does not.
So we don't have to actually answer the question, right? If we're answering the question, then we'd say no, she does not. But since this is just a negative, no, she does not travel, or she does not travel to Spain. And she does not travel to Spain once a year to visit her family. Cool. Any questions?
When do you add es?
Okay, it depends on the verb. So go, for example. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
He goes to the movies with his wife every Friday. Okay.
Any rules to add es? Any verbs?
What is it?
Any rules?
Not that I know of. I'm sure there is, but I don't know them. I've never, no one's ever asked me the question. And I've never checked.
Does he
But-
go to the movies?
What is it? So the question would be, yeah,
Does
does he go to the movies?
the movie? We take out the yes.
Yes, you do. Because
Yes, he
and that's
does.
the case for all of them. Good eye, because that's actually really good, because we take out the do becomes the main verb. So here too, she does not travel. There's no s, but there is an es on do. So the conjugated verb is to do. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so there's only one verb that's usually conjugated, and that is, in this case, it would be the verb to do. Okay, same with negative. I want to say, oh,
He does not.
right, yeah, he does not go
Go to
the movies
the
with
movies.
his wife every Friday. Okay, so in this case as well, you can see that the only verb that's conjugated when do is involved is the verb to do. Okay, good questions, you guys. Some of the things are like you just go over them and not even realize it. So I'm glad you guys are asking. All right, so a simple present, when it's used, it's basically a repeated act, right? He goes to
And I'm sorry, and the last one you say he doesn't go the movies is say he doesn't go the movies or go to the movie.
the movies. I copied and pasted it.
Oh,
I copy and
sorry.
paste, and I didn't copy the two.
Yeah.
My bad. So but good eye again. So basically, anything else on this section? Everyone's good?
Good.
Yes, maybe. Okay, good. I can't see you guys, so I don't know. I can only see my shared screen.
That's good.
Okay.
Good.
Let me see this.
Yeah, everything good.
All right, perfect. Okay, so then we have the simple present. And the simple present is a repeated action. Okay, so what basically happens is that the same action is repeated from the past to the present to the future, and it doesn't get interrupted. It continues. Okay? So, for example, actually, use the simple present to express the idea that an action is repeated or usual. The action can be a habit, a hobby, a daily event, a schedule event, or something that often happens. It can be something a person often forgets or usually does not do. So these are the example. I play tennis. It's always true. I played tennis in the past, I play tennis right now, and I'll play tennis in the future. So that is a habit that is going, or a hobby that is going to constantly be repeating. And it's a general fact. So I play tennis, we use a simple present. She doesn't play tennis. Also, in the past, she didn't play tennis. In the present, she's not playing tennis. And in the future, she will not play tennis. So it's a repeating pattern. Okay. Does she play tennis? That's the question. The train leaves every morning at 8. So in the past, it left at 8, at 8, at 8, present at 8, every day at 8 in the future as well. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's something that repeats. She always forgets her purse. That's something she always do, or she always does. He never forgets his wallet. He always has his wallet on him. So that's something that is always with him. Every 12 months, the earth circles the sun. That's something constant. Every 12 months, there's a new cycle. Okay? The second way we use it is for a generalization. Like I said earlier, a generalization is something that is just usually true. Okay? So the simple present can also indicate that the speaker believes that a fact was true before, is true now, and will be in the future. It's important if the speaker is correct about, it's not important if the speaker is correct about the fact. So it doesn't matter if you're telling me the sky is purple or elephants are pink, as long as the speaker believes that that fact is true. Okay? It is also used to make generalization about people or things. The boy is tall. My grandma is old. Cats like milk. Birds do not like milk. If you are on the phone and your speaker is on, please make sure that it's off.
Please,
I can't figure out who's
Please
talking.
mute microphone. I don't understand.
I can't figure out whose mic is on. Okay. I got it. Okay. So cats like milk. Birds do not like milk. All right. The boy is tall. My grandma is old. The California is not in the United Kingdom. California is in the United States, right? Some of these examples are not on the screen. I'm just telling you. These are things that the speaker believes are true. Like I said, New York City is small. That's not true. But the person that's saying that sentence thinks it's true. So they use simple present. Another one. Sorry, let me do this. Okay, so another one. Elephants are pink. Is that true?
No.
No, but it's still it's still
fact.
simple present. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The sky. Have you seen that movie? The sky is falling. The sky is falling. Well, actually, sorry. The sky is falling is present continuous. The sky is green is simple present. The sky is falling is present continuous. Ignore me. I just really like this. The sky is falling. The sky is falling.
Movie or Little Chicken, right?
What is it?
This kind of sentence, I remember in the Little Chicken movie, no?
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so the sky is green. That's not true, but we still use it's generalization and it's still simple present. Any questions? Okay.
No.
Cool.
No.
And you can also use simple present for a scheduled event in the near future. Okay. So something that's going to happen in the near future, like the train leaves tonight at 6. It's not 6 yet, but the train is going to leave. So we can say the train leaves tonight at 6. Okay. So speaker, as it says here, speaker occasionally uses simple present to talk about a scheduled event in the near future. This is commonly done when talking about public transportation, but it can be used for other scheduled events as well. What is it? Okay. So the reason, or at least the reason I think they use it for public transportation is because public transportation has a repeating pattern. So the train always leaves at 6. They also leave at 6:30. They also leave at 7. Okay. So there's a schedule and it repeats. So we can say the train leaves tonight at 6. Okay. The bus does not arrive at 11 a.m. It arrives at 11 p.m. Again, we're talking about a schedule. So when we're talking about public transportation, there's always a schedule and it's a repeating pattern generally. When do we board the plane? Or we board the plane at 6:30. The party starts at 8 o'clock. Okay. So these are all, again, simple present. Okay. We can also use it with non-continuous verbs. Okay, so now, all right. So the speaker sometimes uses the simple present to express the idea that action is happening or is not happening now. Okay, so this is only used with verbs that are non-continuous verbs and certain mixed verbs, but for the most part, it's non-continuous verb. For example, I'm here now. Here, or I'm here now, you can't have ing, so it can't become present continuous. Okay. She is not here now. He needs help right now. Okay, so let's take a look at the non-continuous verbs. All right. 1 second, you guys. We doesn't have it. Okay. So the verbs that can, these verbs are usually things that you cannot see somebody doing. That's why they're not continuous. So these verbs, for example, to be, to want, to cost, to seem, to need, to care, to obtain, to own, to exist, these are all non-continuous verbs. But let me do this for a second so that it will make a little more sense. Okay. Add that to the mix. Okay. So like I was saying, the second group, all right, it's called, or we're going to talk, just ignore that part. Okay. Non-continuous verb is a smaller segment, right? And these verbs are usually things that you cannot see somebody doing. For example, you can't see somebody being, okay? So I am here right now is not something that a person is doing. It's more like a passive verb. Does that make sense? So you can't, there's no, like, for example, when you say, I am cooking right now, the person, you can see the person doing that action. Okay?
Sorry, teacher, it's like a determination. It's like ending something, like you could have something like that. Like, well, I'm here now, you know, the now is means like no more there.
So here's the thing. In simple present, we generally don't use now. Now is used when we're using present continuous. Okay? So for example, I am cooking right now. I'm traveling right now. I'm boarding the plane right now. Okay? So now is, when we use that, it's something that's happening at the moment. But if we want, with verbs that we cannot really use ing with, like cost or seem or need or care or contain, which we can, like it's containing, right? Something, but we generally don't. So when we use now with these verbs, we can't say I am emming, all right? I am, right? I am being here now. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Or he is needing help right now, which is something that you can a little bit say, but that is, okay, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to take this entire section out, only because I think the more I talk about it, the more confused you guys are going to get. So we'll visit it a little bit later. Okay? Yep. I do not want you or need you to be confused. But if you have questions, you can ask them. Does anyone have questions? Yes. No.
No.
Okay.
No.
So just so we're not confused, we're gonna leave this part out. Okay.
No, I'm confused with that one.
What happened?
I'm confused with the present continuous.
I can't hear you. One more time. I'm confused with.
Yeah, I'm confused with the present continuous.
We're gonna get to the present continuous. It is the next section. That's the next thing we're gonna talk about. Okay.
Okay.
However, that's why I'm moving this one, because it's just gonna confuse you before talking about the present continuous. So we'll visit this in a little bit, and we'll come back to it. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
1 second. All right. So I'm going to send you these links that you see here.
Okay.
And you're going to take about 10 minutes to maybe do 3 of them. Okay. So exercise 1, exercise 2. We'll do just exercise 1, exercise 2. Actually, they're both with present continuous. we'll hold off until we're done, and then you guys can do them. For now, we can take a break and then come back in about 10 minutes. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
All right, so let's take a break, come back, we'll do present continuous, and then we'll continue.
All right.
Send the
Okay.
links by
All right.
email.
See you in 10 minutes.
Okay, so I will send the links on the chat.
On the chat. I got it.
Okay. But I will send them after the break, after we do present continuous.
So we continue connected, or just we need to leave and we come back, or how it works?
Whatever you want. You can turn off your screen and mute your microphone and come back in like 10 minutes. Or you can just whatever you want. Just come back in 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Sounds
okay.
good. Mm-hmm.